It's the 22nd day of June 2018. Welcome to New Vision TV News around Uganda. Here we look at stories making headlines across the country. I am your host, Ruthi Naseji. Let us kickstart off today's bulletin from Hoima district. Now, many Congolese refugees fleeing tribal clashes between the Lando and the Bagegere in the eastern part of the DR Congo have rejected being relocated to Changwari refugee settlement area and opted to settle within the communities within the shores of Lake Albert in Hoima district. Some of the refugees who spoke to the New Vision on Tuesday said life in the settlement camp is difficult since they depend on donations only. Florence Mapenzi, who came from Jo province in eastern DR Congo, said they prefer to live within the communities so that they can fish and practice agriculture to earn a living. She said the situation in DR Congo is harsh, with frequent and persistent attacks on innocent people triggered by the ethnic clashes. The Congolese refugees who have rejected to be taken to the settlement camp have now pitched camp at the landing sites of Kaiso, Chihoro, Mbegu, Sebigoro, Nkodo and Kijanje in the sub-counties of Buseruka, Changwari, Kaboya and Chigorobia in Hoima district on the shores of Lake Albert. Okay, let us cross to Chenjojo district, where the National Environment Management Authority has launched a campaign to restore a degraded river Muzizi and its catchment areas in 4 districts to deal with weather and environmental changes. The river passes through Chenjojo, Chibale, Kagadi and Chegwegwa, with Mubende as the source of Ntoroko at the extreme end. The Deputy Executive Director of NEMA, Christina Kello, said the environment has a direct link to the development of the country, and if no urgent interventions are made, the country will stagnate in its planned achievements. She said the ongoing construction of the 48 megawatts Muzizi hydropower project at the lower course of River Mwizi may turn into a white elephant if the restoration of the river is not prioritized. Uganda Electricity Generation Company Limited is developing the 48 megawatts Muzizi hydropower project southeast of Lake Albert, with the powerhouse approximately 6 kilometers upstream of Lake Albert at the eastern flank of the Albertine Graben. River Muzizi is surrounded by Kagombe Forest Reserve, which has been degraded to over 80%, yet it acts as a water catchment. As we continue looking at more stories making headlines across the country, let us take a break and look at what is making headlines in today's copy of the New Vision. Now, our headlining story today is a Biriga top police officer probed. Also, another headlining story is a court-martial gets 10 new members. We also have a Friday briefing where Kayukura in good mood says the Rights Commission boss. More stories making headlines. Salva Kiir Masha meet in Addis Ababa. That was on Wednesday. Yeah, moving on, more stories making headlines into this copy of the New Vision. We have Land Commission simplifies Anti-Torture Act. Yeah, government agencies work in a disjointed manner, says an official here. Then poverty affecting lasting peace, says the leader of opposition, that is Winnie Kiza. Then NRM lays strategies for LC1 elections. Those are some of the stories you could grab in detail when you buy a copy of the New Vision. Moving on, every Friday we have the Harvest Money Pullout, and the Harvest Money Pullout says Bulamu Farm breeds pigs. Most of us enjoy pork, so this is a story for those who enjoy pork. Yeah. And then moving on, we have the Dutch treasured method to high milk production. Remember, the best farmers for 2017 were in the Netherlands just a month ago, and we are still running the series of the stories that we got from there. We have a story here on how they treasure high milk production. Yeah, then the Bulamu stories here. It's a widespread on how they breed pigs. That is a story you should read when you buy your copy of the New Vision. Okay, yeah, every Friday we also have the Beats The beat tells us what's happening in and about the entertainment industry and also culture, more lifestyle, and some of the things you should know. The headlining story in the beat is Mata Lokone, Karamoja's mystical tool. It is right here. There are so many uses for this Mata Lokone. Those who want to know about the Karamoja culture, the story is right here, and also getting to know more about the stool. Okay, of relationship, men and women, Kalunji Kabuya has something for you. And then out and about, by the way, today, before I forget, today marks the start of the Bride and Groom Expo. This is the biggest Bride and Grooms Expo in Uganda. It is right here at Hoima Grounds, Lugogo. So pass by if you're planning to, if you're organizing a wedding, or you're planning to get married in future, or you're planning to get a groom or a bride. Yeah, the Bride and Grooms Expo is there for it. It has everything about fashion, what happens in the honeymoon, where you should go, and the plans you should have if you're planning to get married. Yeah, that is up and about. So stop by the Hoima showground for the Brides and Groom Expo. Okay, moving on, let's go to the sports docket where we have Get Up and Fly, which is our headline today, and we are still talking the World Cup. We have Fred Kawesi here, who is in Moscow analyzing most of the games there. So as I told you earlier, the New Vision paper is the World Cup paper. So we have all these details for you, and the fixtures and the games that are going to play this weekend, and also how those that have played have performed. So grab your copy of the New Vision at only 2,000 shillings. And remember, we are proudly the leading daily. Okay, let's go to the Kampala Sun, which comes out every Friday. And remember, the Kampala Sun is just 1,000 shillings. Yeah, the headlining story today is Joy Kihunguru. Who is she and what is happening with her? She says she danced for her prince. So get to know who this lady is and also why she opted to dance for her prince. Moving on, in the Kampala Sun, we have, has Iso man stolen MP Niwagaba's side dish? That is a story in the Kampala Sun that you should read. Then in the Grill, we have all Prima wanted was to slay on Facebook. Slay Queens, this is something for you. Have a role model here. And in the death match, we have GNL Zamba and Monje. Who won between the two? The story is right here. Oh, yeah. Okay. Get to know who won in this week's death match and enjoy. And okay, strangers in Moscow. So as many people are enjoying the World Cup, there are other people enjoying something else. And then Kampala Sun is here to give you what is happening in Moscow. Okay, more stories in the Kampala Sun. I'm not in prison. Bekwaso, Mbale Swang Dahap. Oh God. There's so many stories here in the Kampala Sun. So grab your copy of the Kampala Sun at just 1,000 shillings. And remember, the Kampala Sun comes out every Friday. Away from the dailies, let us continue looking at stories making headlines across the country. Let's go to Luweero district, where the Minister for State for Luweero Triangle, Suzi Galabuzi, has warned the Luweero Nzori Fund beneficiaries against misusing the money. The minister made the remarks while commissioning the Kakiri Town Council office building in Wakiso district recently. Galabuzi said the 1.8 billion shillings had been injected into Wakiso district from Luweero Nzori Fund. He also said 1.2 billion shillings had been earmarked for Wakiso district and that the government had played its role of constructing good roads in the country so that citizens should take advantage of such resources to get out of poverty. Galabuzi advised Operation Wealth Creation officials to revise their structure so as to reach parish levels. Finally, from Busia district, now the multi-billion piped water project from Busia district has suffered yet another setback following the refusal of the Ndekwa family to hand over their piece of land to the project at 22 million shillings. The family has maintained that the Water and Environment Ministry pay 300 million shillings for the 2.5-acre piece of land on the shores of Lake Victoria. The project, co-founded by the World Bank and the government of Uganda, first suffered a huge blow when the Defense Ministry refused to hand over 2 acres of its vast land in Majanji, Busia district, to pave way for the implementation. Following the rejection, the district identified the current site, part of which is owned by Ndekwa family, and requested the Water and Environment Ministry to buy the land for the project. However, despite 11 families agreeing to the deal, the Ndekwa family, whose 2.5-acre piece of land is most appropriate to host the water reservoir, has rejected the 22 million shillings being offered as a compensation. According to the acting district chairperson, Paul Ogutu, the government value recommended 88 million shillings as compensation for the 12 families. And that is it from the New Vision TV team and I, Ruth Inaseje. Be sure to catch more news updates and other programs by visiting www.newvision.co.ug/video. I am Ruth Inaseje.